Hey you! Today, I will tell you about a film that mixes adventure, drama, and sci-fi. The story follows an Air Force pilot named Cooper, who experiences a mysterious plane malfunction. Later, his daughter Murph discusses ghosts with him, but he avoids the topic. At breakfast, Cooper's son teases his sister, and Cooper reminds them that ghosts aren't real. To challenge his daughter, Cooper asks her to prove her theory. The family discusses a spreading disease affecting farms, and while driving to school, they have a flat tire. As they repair it, a military drone flies overhead, and Cooper urges them to leave quickly. They pursue the drone, driving through cornfields with a flat tire. Cooper tries to capture the drone, but doesn't notice they're near a cliff. He successfully hacks the drone and lands it. Cooper decides to repurpose the drone. They reach the school, where Tom goes to class and Murph stays in the car. Cooper attends a parent-teacher conference where he argues that taxpayer money should fund his son's college education.
A little late, Coop.
Yeah, we had a flat.
The teachers believe that the world needs more farmers to combat worldwide famine. Murph's teacher dismisses her interest in the moon landing, but Cooper defends her curiosity by highlighting the importance of past breakthroughs like the MRI. The teacher asks for Cooper's help with Murph's behavior, so he plans to take her to a baseball game. He informs Murph that she's suspended before they head home, where they find the tractors acting strange. Murph believes a ghost is responsible, but Cooper disagrees. He fixes the tractors, but the cause remains unknown. Cooper talks with his father-in-law about the world's current state, and they attend a baseball game. During the game, a sandstorm approaches, and everyone leaves calmly. On the way home, Murph realizes she left a window open. Cooper and Murph rush to close an open window during a sandstorm. Cooper notices a strange pattern on the floor. They realize the sand is communicating through binary and mark a location on a map. Cooper intends to go there alone, but Murph insists on coming. They encounter a gate and are threatened by a voice before being taken to a protected area. Cooper meets Dr. Amelia Brand and reconnects with Professor Brand. Murph explains how gravity led them there. Cooper demands safety before revealing more. The engineers laugh and disclose their NASA affiliation.
We're not meant to save the world. We're meant to leave it.
Professor Brand explains that funding for space exploration has declined due to famine, so they're now focused on finding a solution to food shortages caused by blight. The disease has already wiped out wheat and potatoes, and they anticipate corn will be next. Professor Brand predicts that only the current generation will survive. Project Endurance aims to find a habitable planet, and after some persuasion, Cooper agrees to be the pilot. Cooper learns about the mission in the conference room. NASA discovered a wormhole near Saturn, leading to potentially habitable planets. 12 astronauts were sent to explore, but only 3 reported back. The mission has a theoretical Plan A that uses the facility as a spacecraft and a Plan B that involves sending fertilized eggs. Professor Brand assures Cooper that the new planet will be operational upon his return. Cooper's attempts to talk to Murph fail, and Donald confronts him about his space travel dream. Cooper believes the mission is humanity's last hope to escape a dying planet. He comforts Murph and tells her he's doing it for her and Tom. But she wants him to stay. Cooper gives Murph a watch and assures her he'll return, but she throws it away. He passes his responsibilities to his son and checks to make sure Murph isn't in the car.
That nothing in our solar system can help us.
As the rocket launches, Cooper and his crew depart for space, and Amelia engages in playful banter. Doyle successfully locks the hatch, and the crew powers up the space station. The boosters turn on in case of a tactical robot attack, and the station starts rotating. Professor Brand wishes them luck on their 2-year journey, and Cooper observes Earth from afar. Rom Lee prepares for deep sleep. Amelia and Cooper discuss the 3 astronauts they're potentially meeting, including the highly praised Dr. Mann. Cooper asks Tars about Amelia's relationship with Dr. Mann. Tars evades Cooper's question about Amelia and Dr. Edmonds. Cooper records a video message for his children before entering deep sleep. Professor Brand visits Cooper's family with the message, but Murph isn't interested. Years pass, and Cooper awakens near Saturn, watching messages from his family. He comforts a paranoid Romley and reviews probe images with Doyle. Amelia announces their approach to the wormhole, and the crew braces for the fate of humanity. The ship struggles to maintain its integrity as they travel through the wormhole. Amelia observes a space distortion that seems like an arm reaching out, possibly the work of benevolent beings. The crew meets to choose a planet to explore, but they lose contact with Dr. Edmonds, leaving them with two options. Doyle wants to proceed with Plan B, but Cooper suggests a middle ground. The crew agrees to travel to the opposite side of Gargantua to avoid time dilation. Case accompanies the crew, and they experience turbulence before landing near a vast ocean. Doyle and Amelia find debris from Dr. Edmonds. The crew searches for the rest of the wreckage, heading towards what appears to be mountains. Cooper realizes that they are waves and tries to outrun them. Amelia finds Dr. Miller's data but falls, and Case saves her. They barely escape the waves, but the ship is damaged. They've lost Doyle and decades worth of time. Amelia believes that Dr. Miller just landed on the planet hours ago due to the time difference. Cooper is angry with Amelia for not returning on time. Cooper realizes his daughter is now an adult, and they've been gone for over 23 years. Rowley informs them that he has learned all he can from the black holes but couldn't send his research to Earth. Cooper watches over 23 years of video messages, seeing his children's lives pass by, including the loss of a grandchild and Donald's death. Murph curses at her father on her birthday, asking him to return. Murph and Professor Brand work together on the unsolved theory. Murph notices a mistake in their equation, but wonders why it hasn't been corrected in Endurance. The crew debates between visiting Dr. Mann's planet, who continues to send transmissions, or Edmonds' planet, which is farther from the black hole. Cooper raises concerns about Amelia's bias towards Edmonds due to their relationship. The crew chooses to head towards Dr. Mann's planet instead of Edmonds' planet. On Earth, Tom tries to prevent the blight from spreading, while Coop's son suffers from respiratory issues. Amelia holds a grudge against Cooper, and Murph learns from Professor Brand that Project Endurance was never meant to return. The crew lands on a snowy mountain and sees a base in the distance. The crew awakens Dr. Mann, who reveals that the planet they're on is currently uninhabitable. He claims there's a chance for life on the lower surface, but the planet may already be home to alien life. TARS plays Murph's video message, exposing the truth about the mission's true purpose. Dr. Mann defends the professor's actions, stating that sacrificing Earth is necessary to save humanity. However, Cooper and Amelia disagree, and tensions rise as they must decide on their next move. Cooper plans to return to Earth, but Mare reveals the professor's lies to her colleague Getty. Mare still believes in Plan A and decides to decode the ghost's messages by returning to her old room. Meanwhile, Tom's family's worsening condition leads to a confrontation with Getty, and Murph sets the fields on fire to rescue them. Cooper prepares to leave the alien planet, and Rowley suggests using TARS to collect information from the black hole. TARS accepts the challenge to enter the black hole and gather information. Cooper and Dr. Mann explore the planet and discuss human survival instincts. Mann reveals that he faked his data and the planet is uninhabitable. He tries to kill Cooper, but Cooper fights back, and Mann exposes him to toxic air, leaving him to suffocate. Cooper calls for Amelia's help, and they rescue him just in time. Cooper exposes Dr. Mann's lies, while Rom modifies TARS and discovers something is wrong with Dr. Mann's robot. An explosion occurs, and Dr. Mann hears Cooper's voice through the comms. TARS reveals that Rom has died, and Dr. Mann boards the ship to escape. However, the auto-docking procedure is disabled, and Dr. Mann must manually dock the ship to Endurance. The crew chases after Endurance, and Dr. Mann tries to dock the ship manually despite the danger. Despite warnings, he opens the hatch, causing an airlock explosion. Cooper assumes control and chases after Endurance, successfully docking at extreme speeds. The crew experiences intense G-force, but they make it. They halt the space station's rotation, but receive bad news that they're heading towards Garanga. After finding the power is stable, Cooper suggests using the black hole's gravity to slingshot them to Edmonds' planet, requiring them to shed weight, even TARS. They reach maximum velocity and detach sections one by one, including TARS. Amelia is panicked when she hears Cooper's section is being ejected. Cooper sacrifices himself as there aren't enough resources for both him and Amelia. He drifts into a dark void and is awakened by the computer telling him to eject. He finds himself in a room made of bookshelves and sees events from Murph's past. He yells at his younger self to stay. Cooper uses Morse code to send a message to his daughter in the past. Meanwhile, in the present, Murphy searches for the message in a notebook. TARS survives and explains that they are in a dimension where time is a physical plane. Cooper realizes he can send a message to his daughter through gravity. He sends binary coordinates to his past self, hoping to help save humanity. Cooper travels through the corridors using the watch to send quantum data to Murphy. Murph successfully executes Plan A using the quantum data sent by Cooper. Cooper and TARS are transported to the future where they discover that the omnibenevolent beings were evolved humans. Cooper wakes up in Cooper Station and sees the progress humanity has made. He fixes TARS and reunites with his daughter. Cooper reunites with his older daughter, Murph, who asks him to find Amelia. Cooper and TARS set out to locate Amelia and Case on a foreign planet. Cooper discovers that the benevolent beings who saved him are future evolved humans. He gave the quantum data to Murph, enabling her to execute Plan A and create the Cooper Station, one of many space stations spread throughout the galaxy. Murph informs Cooper that Amelia is on Edmund's planet, unaware that Cooper is on his way to find her. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.